right? They spent billions and billions of dollars, okay, on advertising before the 2024 election to convince you of lies. Donald Trump has ushered in a new wave of American politics within the GOP that doesn't hinge on trying to tell Americans the truth or to be transparent, but rather hinges on trying to get what they want from the American people by lying straight to their damn faces, okay? The right did this before the election with Kamala Harris. They're doing it right now with Zohran Mamdani in New York City, and we see the GOP doing this with the government shutdown, blaming it on the Democrats, even though the Republicans control the White House, the Supreme Court, both chambers of Congress, the Senate and the House of Representatives, and then they're blaming it on the Democrats with no reason at all, and saying that the Democrats are forcing the shutdown so they could give quote-unquote illegal aliens health care, even though the Personal Work Order and Responsibility Act of 1997 strictly prevents any and all federal welfare benefits that are non-emergency from being given to undocumented immigrants on the basis they're not a legal resident nor citizen. And, right, it is this propaganda that you've fallen for in assuming that if Kamala Harris, the lady that ran on tax cuts for the low and the middle class, the lady that ran on more fiscally conservative policy than Trump because Trump's is more expensive, the lady that ran on fairness and equality for all, the lady that ran on increasing the child tax credit that would have reduced childhood poverty by over 40%, the lady that ran on ensuring that regardless if you're gay or straight, you're not going to lose your right to marriage, and if you're a woman, you're going to have access to health care, unlike SCOTUS now apparently challenging gay marriage on November 7th, is somehow worse than the guy parading around as a wannabe dictator, taking health care away from 41 million low-income Americans that are disproportionately Republican, by the way. Sorry, not health care, food stamps. And then taking health care away from 10 million low-income Americans through the big, beautiful bill. And I think that you're going to have to come to terms with the fact that you've been propagandized. You're a victim of the machine that has fooled you, and you've been conned by a 34-count felon adjudicated rapist. And this will go down as a stain on American history in the long term, and that you can now reflect on that, come to the right side of history before it's over, so you're not embarrassed to talk about your role in this stain 30 years from now to your grandchildren.